Hello, Middlers! So, it's been a long time. Got something funky. Anyway, guess where we are? In the midst of this pandemic. Yeah, we decided to risk it for a biscuit and come to Alton Towers for the day as it's opened. Weather's not awesome, but it's the 4th of July 2020 and I need my coaster fixed. Good few months after the season was supposed to start, so today's officially the opening day of the season for Alton Towers. Not going to go into why. I would imagine that unless you've been living like a hermit under a rock, that you're well aware of COVID-19, Corona and all that jazz. So just me and Elliot today. God, I'm so out of breath already, so unfit, which is the Rona way, I think. Lockdown belly needs to shift. Me and Elliot here today. Are you excited?
Yeah.
First day of the season.
Yeah.
Bit of a car park, some car park rapids going on today. Random burst pipe or something. Monorail not working because cleaning it between passengers is going to be quite difficult. So we're having to walk to the main entrance. God save my legs. Capacity is reduced today, but obviously because of people don't want to, have to queue 2 metres apart. I'm so unfit. And also you're going to be waiting for twice as long if you're having to queue that far apart. I'm literally in the water. Got to wear masks on the ride. We'll do all that when we get in, but yeah, vlogging and walking. It's been a while, so sorry. And we're in, so we had to go through a temperature check, bag search, literally like far away temperature thing, and we had to have pre-booked tickets for today, which cost us £1. Not going to complain too much about that because they've frozen the payment on our passes because we've got monthly ones for a few months. So having to pay £1 to come in today is no hardship. Just spoke to Jay on the phone. Apparently Wicker Man has a 2-hour queue, but it is the first coaster you come into in the park because apparently Gimbal Wizard has a 10-minute queue, right? And Gimbal Wizard usually has the longest because it's the first major coaster usually you come to. A few closures for the day that may open. 13 is currently closed. Hopefully it might open during the day. It doesn't favour the wind, so perhaps the wind has put it off a little bit. We might pop in the shop first so that we can get the things that we want, and hopefully they might be able to keep them aside for us at the end of the day, because I know that a lot of the Merlin merch people on Facebook were keen to come and get their merchandise. So exciting time. So here we are in CBeebies Land. Elliot thought it'd be a good idea to come and have a look to see the social distancing measures that they've got here, because I can imagine it's really hard to social distance with a child, which is one of the reasons, I don't know if you probably noticed, that our young Reuben isn't with us today, but Reuben is really struggling. He's recently turned 6. It's actually the first time in about 3 or 4 years that he's not come to Alton Towers to celebrate his birthday. So he's a little bit upset that he's not able to be with us today, but he's struggling with social distancing. He doesn't understand why he can't, for example, at school play with his friends and stuff as close as he usually can. So we didn't think it would be a good idea to try and bring him here, especially when you've got extended queue for things like Postman Pat. Like, God love the little mice. Some of them have to queue for a long time anyway for some of the rides in CBeebies. So trying to make them stand further apart and things, and I don't know, I'm just glad that we haven't got Reuben here with us in a sense. Postman Pat apparently is a 25-minute wait. They've got new screens at the entrances to the queues, which are a lot clearer and actually have notices, so it's got 25 minutes and then flashes up to estimated waiting time. So that's quite good. It means that people can get information a lot easier without having to rely on the app, because the app, as good as it is, doesn't always work that well. We're going to go in the shop later. They are offering a pay and go service in terms of you can buy your stuff and pick it up later, which is what we were going to do with some of the stuff that we wanted. But they're not really keen on the idea. Poor lady we spoke to has only been here 3 days back for the season, and I was bombarding her with all these questions about lockers and stuff, and she didn't actually have the answers. that's not her fault, and I'm pretty sure that for the rest of today she's going to have to deal with a lot of people asking her questions she may not have the answers for. Night garden, no minute queue, kind of can social distance on that anyway because you usually have a boat to yourself. Justin's Pyomatic because it's an indoor thing, easy to keep clean between people, so obviously that's shut. Num Tums is going, obviously the shops are open. We're not going to ride anything in CBeebies, are we? No. I didn't know if Elliot wanted to ride anything in CBeebies, and we are fans of the old Go Jetter ride. We might pop back later, but there's no real rush today to try and get everything done as such, because it's just to try and get the layout of the land and work out what's going on really and how they're managing it, because obviously if numbers spike everything will go back to lockdown, as we've heard on the news about Leicester at this point in time is on what they call a local lockdown because their numbers spiked. Yeah, it's actually weirdly quiet in CBeebies. CBeebies is usually really like the hive of the park. You can the buzz, as it were. You can hear the kids running, screaming, crying, and the bloody postman Pat Horn gets someone. I managed to sort the microphone out. The bloody back of it was falling off. Awesome. Quality merchandise, quality gear we have here. So Elliot's bored of CBeebies already, so we're coming out, and I think we might try and get on our first ride because I'm itching to get on a ride. Not itching to put a mask on to ride a ride, because that is one of the conditions of riding roller coasters. Certain rides, unless you've got a medical exemption or certain disability that prevents you from wearing them, of which you have to have documentation to prove, you have to wear a mask. So I've got several types with me. I've got the paper disposable type, I've got ones that I had made, ones that tie up and ones that hook over the ears, and I've also got my headband that I wear for work, because after a while of wearing a mask constantly your ears hurt. So we will see. Elliot's got his on already. It's a BB-8 one I had made through a company called Ministry of Mouse, who've made Disney ears for me in the past, and they've also made some masks for me as well, in really cool funky fabrics. I've got a child one from The Mandalorian, so which goes perfectly with my Mandalorian spirit jersey. Yeah, look at that view, look. Can't actually. Towers are there somewhere. I'm a bit rubbish today. It's been so long since I've vlogged, I feel like I've gone backwards in my vlogging style. There's also a film crew here today from Channel 4, so look out for us on the telly, Middlers. We may make it. They're making a documentary. We heard on Facebook last night about the reopening of the parks, because you know this is the first day of pubs and parks and things like that have opened since lockdown began in March, and we're now in July. It's just nice to get out, if I'm honest. Miss walking around the parks, just miss the atmosphere, miss the people, like the people that work here you see season after season, and it's nice to see them back even if their faces are hidden behind a mask. So 20-minute queue for Gimbal Wizard. So it's one of the shortest, so we're going to get in it, I think, and see if it really is a 20-minute queue. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So just got off of Gimbal Wizard. It was about a 20-minute queue. It wasn't too bad. It probably looked a lot worse because of obviously all the social distancing stuff. But it was moving quite quick, and with that one you don't actually have to wear a mask on that ride. And also photo booths are working if you have a Digi Pass. I know that earlier this month Pixel went into administration and there was a bit of uncertainty about whether live photos would be available. So I've just, because I've got a digital card thing, sanitised my hands before using the kiosk, scan my pass, find the ride number, type it in, boom, done. So that's good. I wasn't sure, I was got a little bit like, oh, no ride photos. Especially this year, I tend to try and put together a frame every year of our Merlin memories, or our memories. Gonna be a bit different this year. Might not bother. Don't think we might not be able to go to as many places or do as many things as we were hoping that were on our list.
To the chevrons on the floor throughout the queue line, and where appropriate, please follow all smile assistance instructions. Also, please note that it is mandatory to wear a face mask on the smiler if you're able to do so. Thank you.
So I don't know if you heard that announcement. It's mandatory to wear a face mask on the smiler. It says no minute queue. I don't quite believe that though, judging by all those people. They've made use of the extended queue line as part of social distancing. So we won't be riding this today because Elliot is too small. See people with face masks on the train, that's good to see. There's no games as such. Haven't seen the Oblivion go round yet. Yeah, how's your day been so far, Elliot? What are your opinions on everything that's happening right now? Amazing. So you think social distancing is amazing? Okay. So you've got Oblivion there again. It's a good thing they've got these enhanced and these extended queue lines, as it were. We're gonna see it. We're just gonna measure Elliot, see how far he has to grow, because he's desperate to go on this. So right back. Oh, still got a way to go. A good centimetre. I'm guessing next year. I'm thinking next year he'll be tall enough. Lovely. Again, there's no minutes. Still a little bit got a way to go, but you're well over the 1.3. I mean, 1.3 is here. So you're about there. Let's go again. So here, roughly there, between there and there. So you're halfway to 1.4. So soon, my little Padawan or Enterprise is going. That's a hard no from me, that one. Not a fan. So we can't ride anything in here, so we're probably going to head out, but it was nice to have a walk, add to our steps. I don't know if the Smile is only actually running one train as well. Usually they have two trains on the track, but I think they've only got the one, which is also quite interesting. That will also add to the queue time, I would imagine, which is probably why it sounds quieter than usual, because it's used to having two trains going around making a lot of noise. Have a watch of Oblivion, see if how many people have got their face mask. At least your face mask will stay on Oblivion, because the force of dropping into the hole will attach it to your face. This is one of my favourites. It's definitely a firm favourite, this one. Don't look down! Don't look down! Yeah. My camera work is shocking today, I do apologise. Shocking. Are you sad about not being able to go on Oblivion? Never mind, next year though, yeah? What do you think of Gimbal Wizard? They fly off. What legend of the towers? Hex. The legend is an actual legend, yes. Ellie's just talking about the chained oak, because it's actually a real thing. We'll have to go see it one day. Out of breath because I walked uphill, but interesting. Usually by now the beginning of July, on here you will see shipping containers, which hints at the beginning of Scarefest. No news as to whether Scarefest is going ahead this year, or even fireworks and stuff. Real shame if it doesn't go ahead, but completely understand if it doesn't go ahead, because Elliot was going to try and be brave this year and go in Darkest Steps with me, which was apparently the best maze here last year, and a really good starter maze. I do love the towers. I do think they need to restore them or put a bit more money on them, because some of the windows could do with repainting and that. Yeah, you can still be old and still have a state of repair so that people can go in. I would imagine that they're probably closed off the ruins at the moment. The gardens are open though, because the gardens have been open for a few weeks. Oh, there's no entry that way, so we can't actually go through that way. So we're going to have to go through. Where are we going to? Right. This takes us to Forbidden Valley. So we want to go. Do you want to go where 13 is? That's the Gloomy Wood, I think. So we're better off going this way. But it's up to you if you want to go Forbidden Valley. Let's look in the gardens then, people. Going in the gardens, so that's interesting. Skyride is also unavailable today, as well as the monorail. Again, quite hard to clean those between guests, I would imagine. I do like the gardens. We have traversed these before, last year I think, when we came, and it was, yeah, you couldn't do it with a pushchair. Follow the Cross Valley, follow the yellow arrows right down here. If we get lost, middlers, I'll upload this to YouTube and you can send out a search party and come and get us. We're in the gardens in Alton Towers. Help! It's so quiet. We're taking it easy because it's quite damp, so we don't want to slip on the path. Ooh. Although I think it might be blocked off because there's like a gate across the thing, so we'll see. We're heading back, so no entry barrier there and there, and we don't want to get into trouble or lost, so we're going to head back and follow the other arrow. Oh, I've got to walk uphill. What are people trying to do to me? Now I've got to try and not break my neck going up. Unflattering angle alert. It's lovely and quiet. Reduced capacity is nice. I'm not sure if it's sold out for today though. I know that Thorpe Park had sold out for today. But the good thing about Towers is it's so vast and you've got the gardens to walk through that you can spread out quite nicely. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to walk through the gardens if you wanted to. God, I really wish I hadn't put my jumper on now. I'm getting a bit hot. It's supposed to be a balmy 18 degrees today. But you can see the gardens down there looking lovely and fresh and manicured.
I think there is a way we can get down there.
I think you can, yeah, but I think you can get into the gardens this way, but I don't think you can get into Forbidden Valley. Just seeing a film crew. We're trying to get Middlers famous.
So I guess that's what they mean.
Yeah, I think you can go down this pathway that's here.
Yeah, so you go literally over there.
Don't think we'll be going on battle galleons today because I don't want to get wet. Lake's looking nice.
You can see
Ducks, theme park ducks, quack, 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 quack. You can tell I'm going delirious with being back in the theme park, Middlers. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. So yeah, we're walking. Hoping the rapids are open today. I do love a bit of rapid action. I think they're great. So especially like you can easily social distance on them because you get a boat to yourself. Just means the queue's probably a bit longer, but Elliot's warmed up, he's undone the hoodie. The kid is hot. The skinniest kid in the world is hot. He's undone his hoodie. No theme park t-shirt today then, why is that? Your Wicker Man t-shirt doesn't fit. Does that mean we're going to have to get you a new one? Yes. And a new hoodie as well. Because we were supposed to come for your birthday, weren't we? There's another path to the gardens there. Never noticed that stone monument before.
This is basically my birthday treat.
Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but not actually my birthday.
But we've scrapped birthday treat for next year, hopefully. Battle Galleons is not on today. I'm not surprised. It's drenching. More hand sanitizer stations.
If you want to get on the pirate ship,
There's another route there to Forbidden Valley, but we'll just go the long way. Yeah, no Battle Galleons today. It's a good job, really. It's a soaker.
it's actually good because we don't want to be soaked.
That's right. I think that's probably the path there to Forbidden Valley. But we're going to walk round, see what the queue for Wicker Man is like. Well, it was a 2-hour queue last time we checked on the app. Might have gone down, who knows? By the sounds, Middlers. Oh, Big Bob temporarily closed? What? He's looking good though, his old Big Bob. He is looking good. Temporarily closed. I hope that's not going to be a all day. I wonder what the queue time was previous. But he's looking good. We love this ride. We love it. Hopefully it'll be open at some point. Well, it says on the sign temporarily closed. But people are getting in the queue. We're in the queue for Wicker Man. The lady on the front, bless her, said that it was a 30-minute queue, roughly. So considering it was 2 hours earlier, it'd be silly to not get in the queue now and kind of... So we have to wear a mask on this one. Oh, okay, sorry. So can't really knock it if it's a 30-minute queue, especially for Wicker Man, and it had a 2-hour queue this morning. So Big Bob is not social distancing, and neither does he have a face mask on. I hope that he's going to be told off. Big Bob, where's your mask? Can you hear me there, Nicholas? Got an extra train going round. We've been in this queue for about an hour now, and it's raining, and it's just not fun. Wicker Man keeps going down. Sharkbait Reef. As you can see, there are social distancing markers on the floor. We've been told not to touch anything if we can help it. So they say please keep off the glass and stuff because of all the cleaning and because of all the cleaning and stuff involved. And then not to move, to stay on your sticker, and then not move to the next sticker until it's free. So it's really quiet in here, it's lovely. I've got a bit of a limited range of movement at the moment, so I'm actually charging my phone that I'm recording on. Number 3, so have to stand on your sticker to look at the fish. It feels clean in here actually, it smells amazingly clean. Not that it has never been clean in here, I've always found it to be nice. But anyways. And there's also a one-way system, so don't deviate from the one-way system. Yes, we do like coming in here, especially with the weather being what it is. So we're just round by Katanga Canyon. A bit wet for the rapids right now, maybe a bit later. And mine train and stuff. Elliot's just having a sandwich. So a nice egg roll. I've had mine as we walk round. So we went in Shark Bay Reef. Before that we went to Wickerman, and Wickerman was really good. Although my mask slipped down, it's not great. Riding rides with masks on is difficult. I might have to stick to like the disposable ones maybe for that sort of ride. It only slipped down a little bit, like we were on the front row anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the weather's took a turn for the worse, like we're getting it's a bit drizzly and on and off, but all in all pretty good. So social distancing things, some people aren't really adhering to it when they're walking around the parks. They're great in the queues, but the amount of people that have like bumped into me and stuff with their kids, and some people just blatantly not following it, and it's like, I think if you come in here, there's an expectation that you kind of follow the rules and do the social distancing. Like, I've enjoyed actually queuing up and not having loads of people around me, and I've enjoyed actually having the space ahead of me and behind me, my own little bubble. I think I felt a bit more relaxed in the queues. I say Wickerman we queued for an hour, and we've queued for about that on a normal day anyway, so it's no more or less than what we've queued before. A lot of the pathways are one way, that's pretty good. So like where we are in Katanga Canyon now, we can't go back on ourselves, we have to follow it round, which is fine, don't mind that, it's a good walk. Yeah, it's been an odd day so far. I don't know, it just seems to be lacking a little bit of atmosphere, and I don't know if it's because there's not a lot of people here, or people are just staying away from each other, so you can't kind of vibe off each other, as it were. I don't know. Walked over to Forbidden Valley, which is deathly quiet. Project 42, standing, also known as Subterra, standing idle there. Yeah, really quiet around here, which is weird because usually it's quiet, but it's usually busy. It's like busy with people. Yeah. So we've just had a ride on the rapids. Even in this weather, we thought, well, and it was a walk on queue which was brilliant. So we didn't have to queue at all. We literally just got straight into a boat. Didn't get wet because there's only me and Elliot in the boat, which is good. But yeah, it was all good fun. So we're just having a walk around Forbidden Valley because Elliot wanted to have a little bit of a look around here. And we also managed to get on the runaway mine train. And you have to wear a mask on that. And my mask was fine this time. I think it's just the intensity of Wickerman probably kind of like dislodged it a bit, but nothing problematic there. Well, these look new for this year, I think. They're just a kid magnet, these things. Yeah, so runaway mine train was fine. We queued for probably about 15 minutes, if that. It's quite a long, laborious, that's the word, process with that one, because they make you get in like normal, but then you have to wait for the people in front of you to get out before you can get out, which takes a bit of time. Usually everyone just piles out at the same time, but again it's to allow for social distancing, for people to have some space, because you need your space. So Forbidden Valley is really quiet. But we'll have a bit of a mooch. It looks really quiet today. Smell bleach. That's not a bad thing, but it's them flowers that smell like wee, isn't it? I don't know if you guys ever have it near you. There's certain trees and they produce flowers or blossom or something, and or plants, and it just smells like wee or bleach. It's just not good. Got the pirate ship there, the blade. We're not really fans of those sort of things. Jay and Reuben, love those, but we and Elliot are not fans. I keep getting confused and calling my kid by the wrong name. This is always funny. I keep calling him Reuben, and but Jay's having the same thing with Roo, calling him Elliot. It seems to be a bit busier down here, just quiet. I don't know, just people don't seem to be vibing. They don't seem to be like the excitement of being here. It's just so strange. See if we can get the beast. See if we can get the beast going round. Have a nice walk to Galactica. Galactica's one of my favourite roller coasters, just because it's so gentle, and I think if you've not done inversions before and that, it's a good starting bank. There's Galactica there going up. As you can see, social distancing, people equally spaced out. It's nice to see every row being utilised, but chairs and seats actually being spaced. That's always good. Like, I feel for the staff and for the people that run it, because they're finding their feet with it. They have no real clue as to what they should be doing, I guess. They can only go by the guidelines that they're set by the government, but see if we can get... Never get tired of that ride. I can't wait till this one's 1.4. His day's going to be so different. Got the portal over there. I think this has a bag check and stuff, because hotel guests, to again minimise contamination or minimise to adhere to social distancing. If you're a hotel guest and you have a wristband, you can come in that entrance there, and you don't have to come into the main entrance when the park opens, because it's a bit of a long walk, I can imagine, from the hotels. The roller coaster restaurant, I believe, is open, but it's barriered off, so it might not be. It said it was open on the way in, probably only open for dinner and hotel guests. Again, apparently there are people in there. Again, I would imagine it's for people that have booked and not walk-ins. We love the roller coaster restaurant. Perhaps, yeah, you're going through the store. Anyway, so we haven't got a reservation today, so we won't be going in. We bought packed lunch, but I do love the Galactica theme track, soundtrack. So that's Forbidden Valley. They've got the Coke Freestyle things there. They're not available today, so again, that's something they need to, I think, finalise. I think Thorpe Park saying that they're not opening today, but they are due to open in due course. Like I said, it doesn't really affect us because Elliot doesn't like fizzy drinks, so Elliot, again, all the games and stuff, there's no games on. There must be somewhere, or perhaps I did see someone walking around with a unicorn toy thing, so I don't know if they won that somewhere or if they just bought it, but it's a bit of a strange thing to be walking around with at the beginning of the day, but each to their own, I suppose. So we're going to head out of Forbidden Valley and see where we can get to next. I can't imagine we'll be here that much longer, to be fair. Don't really want to be, I say rush hour traffic, but there's no such thing at the moment, is there? I can imagine people that are going to work and are travelling to work, so there may be a bit of traffic, although there wasn't that much this morning. Still got the grabber machines, some of them have been turned off. Skyride is closed, so we know that won't be open. I don't know if they're doing the Coke Freestyles here, so you can buy a Coke Freestyle and reactivate your cup for £6, so it'll last you all season, which, if you like fizzy drinks, is really good. We're not fizzy drink people. I'm a tea person. I'm probably lacking tea today. I only had one this morning, but right, it's actually walking down a path I've never walked down before. The door's down there, they're usually closed. This is usually what they call in like Disney and stuff, backstage. So squirrel. So
Really actually backstage.
yes, and we run alongside the rapids and things. It's a good walk we've had today. A few of the rides closed. We've ridden everything we could possibly ride.
So now we're going.
And like to re-ride stuff is going to close. Like if we wanted to re-ride Wicker Man, it's going to be another hour, and we just don't really fancy queuing for another hour, which
No.
because it's 3:30 now and the park I think shuts at 5, and we won't actually be able to look in the shop and have a good browse. Probably going to go in the Wicker Man shop first because there's a hoodie in there that Elliot wants, and I'm not too confident that I'll have it in the main shop because they're quite limited with space in the main shop. But yeah, look, this is next to the rapids queue. So this is all classed as backstage. It's really interesting because usually guests don't come this way. So let's make it more accessible for our disabled guests. And look, this is a view you definitely don't get. You definitely don't get to go this close to Wicker Man unless you're in the queue. And we are not in the queue. We are alongside Wicker Man. And it's the first lifted, I believe. Oh look, there's even symbols on this side. That's where the panels were. See, this is, you walked this way before when they were actually building Wicker Man. So here we go, look, there we go. A view you don't often get. I do love the old noise.
You're turning.
Yeah, so that's the queue line there for Wicker Man, which we were standing earlier. I think had it been running a bit more reliably today and wasn't having so many stoppages, the queue probably wouldn't be as long as it is. Even with social distancing, it's an hour. So yeah, we've ridden it once. We've ridden a few things today, not loads and loads of stuff, but we weren't here at the crack of dawn, so. But we've ridden the things that we can ride, apart from stuff in CBeebies, but Elliot didn't fancy that because 13 and Rita were closed, which again adds to the queue for Wicker Man's probably an hour queue because the other there's two major coasters that are shut. So you probably recognise here we've come out. That's the way up to the rapids and the mine train. So that's a nice little treat to walk that way.
I think clean out they should do that more often. Because like when we were in the queue for the and they should really do that more often. So like
Have the backstage open. Do you know what, that'd be good in Scarefest actually, if you had that kind of backstage bit open, that back area.
so you can get
So you could have that. Well, yeah, because they could have the Bjorn and all set up round there, couldn't they? Doing like a scare zone. That's it. It'd be a good idea if they're doing Scarefest. Cool. So we've come to the end of our day here at Alton Towers on opening day 2020. I don't know how I'm feeling, to be fair. I think there was a lot of rides that were closed, so even though the park was under capacity, and you could tell there was there was definitely less people here than when we've less than usual when we've previously visited. Yeah, it was good. We've had a good day. We've got on the stuff that we could go on. Obviously Elliot's not 1.4 yet, so that would have been an interesting thing to see how the queues were for those. But like I say, not everything was open, so people, even though it's reduced capacity, people kind of filter back and fill in the queues for the other rides that not necessarily might ride anyway. So like, because Rita and 13 were down, and the whole of Cloud Cuckoo Land was closed, Hex was down, so there was a lot of rides and attractions that weren't being offered, so it did have an impact on the rest of the offerings in terms of queuing and stuff, and obviously having to social distance and keeping the hygiene levels and everything clean and tidy between guests. And to be fair, the staff were doing the best they could today. I didn't see anyone kicking off at the staff, which was great. I didn't see any of the staff looking like they were about to kill anybody either, which is even better. And they still had Easter like cream eggs in the shop, so we ended up buying 30 of them. Not all of them for us, I'm not gonna lie. There, I did phone Jay and was like, oh, and we had a few requests for cream eggs. So yeah, that's another funny one. Didn't really do a thing in the shop, just because even though it was less people in there, there was, I don't know, it's supposed to be less people in there. I didn't really feel like less. It felt like probably not as busy as the end of a day. We're done here. We've got an hour and a half drive back, and then I really could do with a cup of tea because I haven't had one. But all in all, a good day. Would I come back again during pandemic times? Probably. I think because it's opening day, it's obviously going to have its teething problems, and people are going to be the same as like me, dipping the toe in, and perhaps other attractions will be able to be open. So I don't think it's the last time I'm going to come to Towers this year. I hope not, because obviously we pay for our passes and things. But it was just an odd day, considering it was open day as well, like first day of the season. It just felt a little bit flat. But yeah, so Elliot, have you had anything to say?
Fantastic day. I wish that we could have got on 13. Now apart from that, good. And also I wish the monorail and sky ride were working, so we didn't have to do much walking.
That's because you're lazy. I welcome the walking. So yeah, so if you like our video, and you can give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't. You can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and ring that bell if you want notifications when we next upload a video. We're trying really hard to get back into the swing of it. A lot of stuff has happened over the last few months, and everyone's been affected by COVID-19 as well as other things as well, so been swept up in life. So hopefully this will be the start of us. You might find that we might upload content that we have already filmed from the previous year. We may do that because we've got the footage, so stuff may not necessarily be in chronological order, but yes, we're back on it now. So from me and Elliot, we are Life in the Middle, and don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, and ring that bell. Ding 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 ding. Okay, take care, bye Middlers, bye.